It's Deconverted Man here. The Department of Trust ensures us that there's nothing to see here. Okay, no. All right, so there's something going around. This meme, somebody put out this idea, and once the idea is out there, once the idea is in your head, you'll see it, and then you can't unsee it. So Biden walking out of the White House and going to talk to some people, and whatever, it's a big deal. This happens every not every day, but quite often. And so what somebody had said is that this whole thing is green screened, and they're using a couple points in the video to prove, quote unquote, that it's green screened. So I slowed down the video, and I don't have audio, don't need it. And right there, so you can see if I zoom in here a bit. Let's see if I can wait for that bottom part to go away. So his hand appears to be going through the microphone, as if the microphone isn't really there and Biden's in front of a green screen. That's what the meme is saying. And there's a second part where after he passes through solid matter, his head right there vanishes into part of his head is gone. And so therefore that's also an artifact of the green screen. And then to top off this, they then cite the multiple cuts from him going to the helicopter. That's all these people go in, the helicopter. Okay, so we're cutting to the helicopter taking off, then we're cutting to him getting out of the helicopter, then we're cutting him to going into Air Force One, and cutting him to leaving on Air Force One. Okay, so all those cuts, they say, are because it was all part of a production. And well, no, no, that doesn't prove that it's a green screen. So on Twitter, let's go to Twitter. Captain Disillusion covered this briefly, although I think he could do a bit more with it if he wanted to. Maybe he should. I don't know. But anyways, he drew this diagram. Here's the camera and the angle of the camera, and here's the giant microphone. And then he drew in Biden's arm going over the microphone as he's pointing down. Well, people that have come to think that this might be green screen then begin to insert other ideas to reinforce the idea that no, Captain Disillusion, this isn't just a matter of an angle being weird. This is truly faked. And so you go down and you see a different angle where his hand is in front of the microphone. And that is indeed a hand in front of a microphone. I don't think that that's green screened at all. I don't think any of this is green screened, but I want to cover the story in full. So people are saying, well, what about this? How do you explain that? Well, it's just a different angle. And the microphone might have been moved a little bit, or maybe that was the position of the microphone. Regardless, the sketch that was drawn is just to illustrate what's going on. The microphone is a little bit inwards, so when his hand is actually down in front of the microphone, it's actually a little bit to the left of the. If you're looking at him, it's your left, so it'd be stage right, if that helps you. And if you look further down, there's the person that's pointing out that his head is disappearing and all this. Well, his head isn't disappearing at all. What's happening is his hair is gray, and the sky behind him is gray, and so his head is blending in to the sky behind him. And as far as the fuzzy microphone, it's a fuzzy microphone. And once you've been told that this is green screened, then you start to see particle effects around the microphone that's fuzzy as if it is green screen because it happens to be in front of green grass. So your brain starts telling you that you're seeing something that you're not seeing because you've been told to see it. And then there's multiple videos that show Biden. They cut him out and they have him in front of a green screen. But those videos are not the real video. Those videos are edited to layer a green screen behind Biden. It's not impossible to do. That's not like somebody found this footage. They edited that to make the meme stronger. If they wanted to, they just could have pointed out the weirdness of the microphone thing and all that, but it went further. Now, so why? Why are people doing this? Why are people coming up with this idea? Pattern seeking is a possibility. People are pattern seekers. They see something, they notice a pattern, they see something weird, and it's like, well, it's either a glitch in the matrix, or he's phasing through reality, or maybe it's all fake. And why? Well, because Biden isn't, very well in certain times. He's stuttered on stage and he's fallen down, and he's old. I mean, some people think, well, it's easier to just green screen him and to pretend that all this is happening, and he can just stay, near the bed so he can collapse down after he's done green screening his stuff, then that this really happened. But why? Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they just say the president's sick? And that would be more honest, and it actually would bring more attention to COVID if the president happened to not be well because of COVID. It might be the other things, and I hope not, because I want the president to succeed, because if he succeeds, America succeeds, broadly speaking. Yeah. So I don't wish ill on anyone, certainly, but your brain is just hyper focused on it. And the first time I saw it, I was like, wait, what's going on? No, why? What? This is impossible. And it's like, wait a minute. Be skeptical. Take a step back. Think about this. Think about all the people that would have to be involved to fake this. There's a person, all the people that were there filming, with the microphones and all this, and then, all this staging that would have to go. That's a lot of people. Somebody somewhere would come out and, probably, blow the whistle. But, and this is from the Associated Press, there's little reason for them to fake something like this. Why the edits? Because if they didn't edit, you'd be waiting for the helicopter to take off or whatever. They filmed They filmed what they needed. They cut. Then they come back and film more, and and then they have that edited together in the editing room. They put it onto YouTube and have it on TV and whatnot. And that's all that's going on. I know it'd be more fun if it was a conspiracy of some sort, and I think that's another reason why we like those sort of stories. Is it's more fun. It's like, ooh, secretive stuff's going on. They screwed up. They didn't mean to show us, but we saw it. It's too late. You can't hide it. We caught you guys on a lie. Yeah. But if they were going to go to all that trouble to fake this, do you think they would do a better job than to have his hand pass through a microphone? So if they were going to fake it, I think they double, triple check it before putting it out. So It's not faked. It's not a green screen. It's just, bad lighting. He's outside. It's a dark, gloomy day. The microphone being fuzzy makes things a little bit weird. The perspective is kind of odd. Everybody's social distancing, so they got long sticks on the boom mics, and so. But once the narrative, the meme gets out there, then it's easy to buy into that story because it's an interesting idea. It's an interesting story, and once you see it, then your brain starts to look for it and confirm it. And if you go into that, you start creating a narrative around it. Well, Biden hasn't been out much. He's been sick before, weird before, and so you build up a narrative, and you've now created a belief in your head. And that's the opposite of skepticism. We've got to realize that we're doing it, and have people around that can double check and say, well, wait a minute, look, let's look into this, let's research this further, let's think about this for a moment. And I think it's okay that people want to come up with this sort of story, and that people want to put green screen behind people and say whatever. I think that's fine. I hope those videos don't get taken down. I hope they stay up, because free speech, free expression of ideas is a very important thing. And good ideas, hopefully, will win over the bad ones. Maybe the bad ones will win. It's a risk we have to take. It also means that we simply have to be more vigilant in being a good skeptic, and encouraging logic and reason in ourselves and in others. And then to answer the question that Dave's asking in the chat, how did I already get a dislike? Because I have somebody that subscribed to me just to downvote my videos. I don't know who they are. I appreciate their time. They must really love me to do that. It doesn't matter, upvotes, downvotes. They both get help the algorithm, so it's fine. Any rate, so that's this. It's not a green screen. And rather than creating these memes, let's just stick to what is known rather than try to construct a narrative around things. I think that that's better. Certainly, if you're against the politics of Biden or whatever, then go after that. Go after what the guy is doing in office. What policies is he putting in place? What bills or whatever he's doing, approving or not approving, or whatever he's doing executive orders for. Focus on that. It's like before when people focus on what Trump said rather than what he did. Who cares what he said? I know a lot of people cared what he said, but what was he doing? That matters maybe more than what he says. But again, take some effort and energy to do that, so it's easier to make a meme and to have a good laugh. Well, politics, what can you do? Injecting logic into it is rather difficult. But I'll try anyways. So I wanted to talk about it, and so I did. So that's it. And that's the story. There's nothing to see here. Department of Trust ensures us that there's nothing to see here. That's my personal meme. That's kind of a half joke. There are some weird things going on out there, but this isn't one of them. All right. Take care. Be skeptical. And look for lobsters. Yes. Lobsters. Lobsters are never green screened. So